This conference will now be recorded.
What is the difference between Unix and Linux? Both are same or both are different? Of course, we can say both are same, no difference. Of course, it's over a period. Earlier, Unix operating system was there, which is developed by AT&T Bell Labs in 1960s. Okay. After that, a couple of companies like Sun Solaris Machines Purpose, Sun Microsystems, HP Servers Purpose, HP, okay, like this, AIX, these are the operating system. Of course, the same Unix, they mold for their hardware compatibility. Sun Spark machines, you know, of course, nowadays it is Oracle Corporation. There is no Sun Microsystems. Okay, Sun Spark machines for their compatibility. Sun Solaris is the operating system. HP people made their own Unix operating system, that is HP AIX, like this. Got it. That is a Unix operating system. The general purpose, public purpose, the SCO Unix, Santa Claus operating system released SCO Unix. That was the Unix operating system. After that, a open source community people redeveloped the entire Unix kernel, redeveloped, and Windows operating system, DOS operating system, facilities, some feel flexible commands, that interface is also added, and X Windows system is added under Genome project, is all. So they finally came up with the Linux operating system. So Linux is open source. Linux is open source. So nowadays there are several flavors of the Linux. If you see, easily you can find more than 100, more than 200 around, right? Linux flavors. Hardly we know Red Hat Linux. Ubuntu, more popular, CentOS, Fedora, okay, SUSE Linux, etc. But whatever flavor you take, it is nothing but Unix only, Linux only, Unix commands and Linux commands, everything is the same. Okay, in future, you might be working with a different flavor of the Linux. You might be working with the Sun Solaris Unix operating system, but don't feel it is different. It is the same. Commands and syntaxes are the same. Maybe little bit, not more than 1% difference. Not more than 1% difference. And one more question from my side. Why should we learn Linux? What is the need of learning Linux? Did you ever taken classes for Windows? If you are not going to be a Windows administrator, you are just a Windows user. Since childhood days, you are using the Windows, right? Even just born babies also operating the laptops, they are operating the Windows. Did you ever taken training for Windows? But comfortably you are operating your laptops or not? Then why should you take classes for Linux? What is the need? Windows is also an operating system, but why Linux? Why should we learn Linux? Because why graphical user is also there? X Windows system, graphical user interface is also there. And then whatever Linux you are installing, Linux or Unix, whatever you are installing in your laptops, that is a desktop edition, gives you graphical user interface. But in servers, mostly you install enterprise edition. Even though X Windows system is available, we are not providing that to all users. Okay. Will be stop the graphical user interface. We run the server in character user interface with all the utilities. Got it? And moreover, of course, the server computer is having a graphical user interface and everything. But how you are connecting to your Linux server? How you are connecting to your machine? Using terminals or not? Using terminals or not? Online people, please keep yourself in mute. Okay. At the
Using
end of the
VMware
session,
virtual machines.
all of you please keep in mute. I will ask you questions, and if you have any questions at the end of the session, you can, because here classroom people also there. Please, all of you keep in mute. Okay. So first thing, we are connecting using a terminal. All of you know that. It's very childish things I'll tell you initially. All of you know that Unix or Linux is multi-user operating system. Okay. Multi-user operating system means what? Multiple users can connect and work with the same system at the same time concurrently. How it is possible here? You have a computer. For the computer, you have monitor and keyboard. How many people can work with that? Only one. How the multiple people can work at the same time concurrently? Using server concept is different. I'm not talking about server. Just one computer is there. In the computer, you have Unix operating system, that is multi-user operating system. Multiple people should work with the operating system at the same time. But only one keyboard mouse is given. Only one person can work. But how many keyboard mouse, how many monitor and keyboards are required? Multiple sets. Those are dumb terminals. Those are dumb terminals. Olden days, the dumb terminal is a physical terminal. You have a terminal box, you have monitor, keyboard connected with the terminal box. This terminal box is connected with the computer. In the entire environment, only one computer is there installed with the Unix operating system. Remaining all are the dumb terminals just to connect with the monitor and keyboard. One user can log in from there. Those are known as workstations. Those are known as workstations. Got it? Nowadays, we got a lot of money. Purchasing laptop is not a big deal for the companies. Okay. So nowadays your workstation is also a full-fledged computer. Most probably that is a Windows computer. In the Windows computer, you are working with a smart terminal, soft terminal, a software window. That is terminal, right? Putty. Okay. There are various other terminals also there, Git shell, etc. Of course, using putty, you are connecting to whom? The Linux computer. Of course, you are calling that as a server. Okay, you are calling that as a server. So you are connecting to that. So from the terminals, you are connecting to your Unix operating system. You log in using your terminal. Terminal provides you the character user interface only, not the graphical user interface. Of course. So what is the problem with character user interface? Very childish things. In the graphical user interface, you don't know more than left click, right click, double click, drag drop. In Windows, do you know more than this? Nothing. Need not to know. Need not to know. We need not to worry about it. Everything appears on the screen in the form of icons. You click on that, double click on that, drag drop on that. Almost all activities will be done automatically. But in character user interface, what you supposed to do? You have to remember the command. Who should remember the command? Computer already have the command. In the shell, you have commands. That command you should remember. Just not only remembering the command, you have to remember its syntax, its options, its syntax. You have to remember. Then what you supposed to do? You have to type letter by letter. You have to type. Then only the command is executed by the computer. It is a lot of burden to us, right? So why not Windows operating system? Windows operating system, graphical user interface, left click, right click, double click, drag drop, very simple, very easy, comfortable. We feel flexible. Why don't we use Windows operating system? Unix or Linux is very much popular as a server-side operating system, right? Unix or Linux is not really popular as workstation operating system. Of course, still you can use, since the X Windows system is provided by the Linux, you can use the Linux operating system as a client also, as a workstation also. Got it? In your laptop, you can install the Linux operating system. You can feel flexible and you can work it as your Windows, similar to Windows. Of course, you can use it for workstations. You can use it for server, anything. But popularly, Linux operating system is very popular as a server operating system. More than 90% of the servers, apart from the Microsoft technology dependent servers, remaining all servers are almost all servers are running on Linux operating system only. Got it? So whatever career you are going through, Hadoop, big data, AWS, DevOps, whatever. One second. Hello. First, నేను పాయింట్ పంపించాను. అటే. Okay. So it is very much popular as a server operating system. Why Unix or Linux only as a server? First thing, Windows operating system, can you guess when it gets hang up? Windows operating system. You don't know. At any moment, it can hang up. When your Windows operating system gets hanged, what you will do? If it is laptop, long press of the power button, switch off the power, right? Power supply, you off it and again on. Okay, if it is desktop, switch off, switch on. Again it will boot or not? Yes, it will boot. So Linux operating system or Unix operating system is not like that. It never fails. The internal architecture of the operating system itself, it will never fail. It is very much stable. It never get hang up. Even though under heavy loads it is running, it maybe get slow down, very deadly it will slow down, but it never get a crash. It never get a hang up. But it is very sensitive. You have to maintain the proper startup and proper shutdowns. Okay, improper shutdown caused to the crash of the Linux file system. Okay, but still latest versions are keeping the previous stable point as a backup, and whenever you restart, if under failure of any operating system file system, it will be recovering and again it will go back to the previous stable state. That is there, but it is not recommended always. Got it? So that is the reason we are using Linux as a server operating system. It is very much stable. Comparatively, virus attacks, malware attacks, comparatively Windows and Linux is very less. Okay, I'm not saying that it is never attacked by the virus, never attacked by the malware. Online people, please mute. Please keep in mute. Okay, I don't want to say that, but
okay. We are not able to hear, sir.
If you open your mic and create the noise, automatically I will be mute myself also. Okay, please keep in mute. Okay, this is the reason due to security purpose, and it is multi-user, highly security is given due to security purpose, and it is stable. It is very much stable with for the virus attacks or malware attacks and these all things, so we can take care of everything. That's the reason mostly Linux operating system preferred as a server. More than 90% of the servers, even your AWS, Google Cloud Platform, they're built upon the Linux operating system. All the cluster computers are made with Linux or Unix. Okay, even big data platform works on the Linux platform only. Okay, whatever platform you are working, mostly your platform is going to be Unix or Linux. That's the reason you supposed to learn what is Linux and Linux commands. Okay, so what are the what is an operating system? Basically, you want to interact with the computer. Computer is nothing but hardware. Computer is nothing but hardware. If you purchase a laptop, only hardware you purchased without operating system, you may not be able to work with that. It is useless, right? Definitely the very first essential software you supposed to install in the hardware is the operating system. Operating system is the interface between user and hardware. Okay, humanware and hardware. Got it? That is operating system. Very simple. So definitely you have to work with the operating system. Operating system itself is the platform. Operating system itself is the platform. What are the functions of an operating system? What are the functions of an operating system? 1 second, please give me 1 second. Hello? Yes, yes. First floor. Yes, yes. Okay, sorry. Then what are the functionalities? What are the functions of an operating system? Very fundamental. Almost the 10th class people learn about it. What are the functions of an operating system? First thing is command interpreter. I know that you are already expertised, and I know you are working with the somehow Linux commands and these all things, but the fundamental things we have to start. Okay, first one is command interpreter. Okay, what do you mean command interpreter? Who provides you the commands? Operating system only. Operating system as a platform, in its shell it has a group of commands, 100 commands or 200 commands. Those are available commands provided by the operating system. Those commands only you have to use, or can you use any of your own? No, whatever commands are given by the provided by the operating system, that command only we have to use. The command you supposed to use, you supposed to type in English language or not? Obviously it is not low level. Got it? So user understandable command, user understandable form, user understandable syntax commands are available. That command you have to type. Operating system will take the command. Is your command is correct or not? Whatever you type, is it a command? Is the command available? Is it syntactically correct or not? If it is syntactically correct, then start processing, right? So the command must be translated into hardware understandable or not? The command must be translated into hardware understandable form or not? Second side, it's supposed to communicate with the hardware or not? Second side, it's supposed to communicate with the hardware and instruct the hardware to process the command. Hardware will process the command. Microprocessor will execute the command and hardware reply back to your kernel. Got it? So in the operating system, you will have two parts. What are the major two parts of the operating system? You will have two parts. What are the major two parts? One is kernel. Second one is shell. So here is the user who want to work with the computer. Okay, so this is your hardware, your computer hardware. Okay, in between your operating system resides, whether it is Windows or Linux or whatever it is, your operating system resides. Your operating system majorly contains two parts. One is the shell. One is the shell. Shell keeps all the commands for the user interaction, right? In the shell, you have all the commands, 100 commands or 400 commands, whatever. All the commands are under shell. Then second one is kernel. Kernel. This kernel is responsible to communicate with hardware or not? User communicate with the operating system using the shell. This kernel can understand the shell command, the user given command. That command is translated into hardware understandable and instruct hardware will process and use the reply. Reply is machine understandable form or user understandable form? Machine understandable form. Again, kernel is responsible to translate the reply into user understandable form and present the output or reply to the user. Command interpreter. First one is command interpreter. Second one is peripheral manager. Second one is peripheral manager. There are various hardware devices connected to your computer. Just yourself, you guess what are the various varieties of hardware devices ever you connected to your computer. Keyboard, input device. Mouse, input device. Monitor, output device. Printer, output device. Modem, pen drive, etc, etc, etc. Your speakers. Speaker is input or output? Output device. Speaker is a different variety of output device. Printer is a different variety of output device. Monitor is a different variety of output device. According to the nature of the hardware, should be communicated and operated and utilized properly or not. I can't ask the speaker to print a document, right? I can't ask the mouse to enter the characters. Mouse can give only clicks and drags. That's all. Got it? So based on the connected hardware, what all are peripherals, what all are hardware devices connected to the computer, based on its nature, properly utilizing the hardware, properly organizing the hardware is a peripheral manager, right? Every hardware must be operated and organized properly according to its behavior. It must be detected, it must be understand its nature, accordingly utilized. Who is responsible to utilize the operating hardware, communicate with the hardware, instruct the hardware? Operating system is responsible. First one is command interpreter. Second one is peripheral manager. Third one is a memory manager. What do you mean memory manager? Okay. How many types of memory? Your computer contains how many varieties of memory, do you know? Everyone knows that. Two types? Two types or more than two types? Two types. RAM, ROM. Read-only memory, random access memory. That's all. You never listen about primary memory, secondary memory. You never listen about internal memory, external memory. Whatever direction you think about, only two types. Okay, first of all, let us go with the RAM and ROM. What is ROM? Read-only memory. Can you tell me one device which is ROM? Hard disk is ROM, read-only memory. Something like your notebook. Once you write with the pen on the paper, one time you can write, several times you can read. That is read only, right? So whiteboard, your slate, these things are random access. Random access, read and write. Okay, so you know BIOS chip. You know BIOS chip? Every computer has BIOS, right? That initiates the booting process. Okay, the BIOS chip is the ROM. So at the time of manufacturing, only one times we will write, then several times it is utilized. Got it? Each and every time you are not writing anything into the BIOS. And CD-ROM, CD-ROM, only one time you burn the CD, then several times you will be reading. You are not writing each and every time. That is read only. DVDs, read only. Nowadays we are not using CD DVDs. It's gone out. Now in your computer, the drives also not there. Got it? That is read only memory. Then whatever the so-called RAM, you call it as 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 32 GB RAM, 128 GB RAM, whatever you are calling, that is temporary memory, right? That is RAM. Random access memory or not? You are writing into that and you are reading from that. Got it? But it works only in between switch on computer to switch off computer. Then that period only that is active, that is temporary memory, right? Permanent memory also random access memory or not? Your hard disk, random access or not? Dynamic in the nature. You can write into the hard disk and you can delete the file. You can create the file. You can read and write or not? That is also random access memory. Temporary memory, permanent memory. Temporary memory, permanent memory. RAM, ROM. Okay. So who is responsible to analyze and estimate how much memory is required to process a particular program or particular task? How much memory is required to store certain volumes of data? Where is the free space is available? Allocate the memory, store it, deallocate the memory. Who is responsible for this? Ultimately, operating system is responsible for this or not? Okay, in the whether the memory is required in the temporary memory or permanent memory. In the temporary memory, how much memory is required? Where the free memory is available? So how to allocate the memory? After completion of the process, deallocate the memory. Whenever you want to store some data in the permanent memory, so how much data you want to store? What is the file size? So how much memory is required? In your hard disk, where is the free memory? This everything should be estimated and analyzed, then allocate and deallocate should be done or not? Who is responsible to do this? Operating system is responsible. These all are duties of the kernel I am talking about. Okay, of course, kernel and shell both together is the operating system, that is the platform, no doubt. But exclusively in this point of view, I do consider kernel is the operating system. Got it? But user interface, user commands are provided by the shell. User interface, user commands are provided by the shell. Got it? This is one. And next one is memory manager. Understand? Then primary memory, secondary memory. Suppose in your computer there are 4 hard disks. So primary hard disk and secondary slaves. This mechanism, you know, that should be detected or not. So internal memory, external memory, pen drive is attached, and some external hard disk is attached. These all things, it should be detected and handled by the operating system or not. So operating system is responsible to manage the memory devices, allocate the memory, deallocate the memory. Next one is process manager. Next one is process manager. So when you are talking about process manager, by the way, we can understand about various types of operating systems. Single user operating system, multi-user operating system. This is 2 we are talking about, right? In your computer, how many microprocessors are there? Generally, of course, we have computers varieties. Single microprocessor computer, In your motherboard, you will have only single slot to insert the microprocessor, right? And you will have multiple microprocessor slots. Mostly we use that variety for the servers. Generally, in a computer, only one microprocessor. And your generation is different. Nowadays, you are using, what are your processors? i7, i5, i3, worst case, dual core. Worst case, dual core. Did you ever listen a Celeron processor? Celeron microprocessor. Intel, from the Intel. Pentium 3, Pentium 4, long ago, once upon the time where your father started using the computer, there was processors like Pentium 3, Pentium 4, etc. Got it? Single microprocessor physically, that is single microprocessor only. Now dual core means physically it is single microprocessor, but logically it is two. Dual core, two microprocessors. Got it? i3, 3 cores, logically 3, physically only 1. i5, logically 5. i7, logically 7. Okay. Even though now in your laptop, in your computer, if you are using i7, your operating system consider there are 7 microprocessors. But originally, physically, there is only 1. Of course, you purchase the Sun Spark machines like that, server machines, something like Blade servers. You have IBM Blade servers, these all. Okay. You can have 2 microprocessor machines, 16 microprocessor machines, 32 microprocessor machines, maximum 100 microprocessors can be accommodated in one motherboard, in one computer. That is possible. That is the highest end model in the Blade servers, rack servers, we say. Okay. So that is different. Physically, microprocessors, mostly G1 microprocessors are installed in that. So in a computer, let you consider only one microprocessor is available. Let us talk about Pentium 4 first of all. So one microprocessor can process how many tasks at a time? Only one task at a time. Only one task at a time. Just like human brain. Whether you observe yourself ever or not, at a time your brain can focus on only one activity. Concentration can be only on one activity. Can you do multiple tasks at a time? Yes, you can do, but at a time focus on only one, right? Okay, that's the reason spiritually or your parents says whatever, concentrate more, concentrate on particular things, don't deviate your concentration, these all things, right? Whenever your concentration deviates on multiple things, quality of concentration will be gets damaged. Okay, so this microprocessor also the same, at a time only one task it can process, not multiple tasks. But single user, single tasking operating system, just to focus on this a little bit. Only one user, only one task can be performed at a time, only one command can be executed. After completion of that command, second command, no problem, completely, absolutely fine. But multi-user operating system, can we have multi-user single tasking? Not possible. Whenever it is multi-user, obviously the operating system should be multitasking. It's supposed to be support multitasking, because user 1 gives a command, user 2 gives a command, user 3 gives a command, multiple users are connected with the server at the same time, with the computer at the same time. Worst case, one user, one command. Okay, your system must be able to execute or not all the commands at the same time. Multitasking, how a single processor can process multiple tasks. Of course, on the user interface side, operating system facility side, that is multi-user. But second end, operating system to hardware communication side, there are multiple tasks, right? But each task from the different user, maybe from one user multiple tasks. So like that, from multiple users, several tasks are at a time to be processed by the single microprocessor. Operating system is responsible for all the tasks. Q. which one is first, which one is next, and estimate size of the task. Estimate how much microprocessor time is required for each task, but only one microprocessor is available. 1 second of the microprocessor time is divided into 10,000 milliseconds. That time is shared among the available tasks, depends on its size, its queue, right? How much microprocessor time is required. Based on that, operating system analyze and share one microprocessor time to the multiple tasks. That's the reason multitasking is possible. You understand? Multitasking, parallel processing, multi-threading. Parallel processing is, it can be implemented using multi-threading. Okay. See, there is only one program, one task only, but logically I make it as a multiple tasks. In the hardware side, it is multiple tasks, but program side, only single program, but processed by the multiple threads, multiple tasks. That is parallelism. That is parallelism. Due to this multitasking facility, this multitasking and parallel processing, these all are possible. Got it? So time sharing, microprocessor time should be shared, estimated, analyzed. In case your computer is having 32 microprocessors, there are only 5 tasks to process. One task can be allocated to one separate microprocessor or not. If there are 50 tasks to be processed, again time sharing is required, right? Again time sharing is required. If there are 150 tasks to process, all the microprocessor time should be shared. Got it? This analysis and allocation of the microprocessor time is responsibility of the operating system. These are the basically functionalities of the operating system. What are the functionalities? Command interpreter, peripheral manager, memory manager, and a process manager. What are the various varieties of operating system? Single user operating systems, multi-user operating systems, and networking operating systems. Networking operating system. Of course, you people don't know. Long ago, once upon the time, Novel Network is there. That is a networking operating system, networking machine. Okay. In your workstation machine, nothing is there. Everything goes to the centralized system only. Okay. After that, you have operating systems like Windows servers, Windows NT, Windows 2000, Windows 2020. These all are the server side operating system, which provides the networking facility, which can act as a server. And the client operating system is there, just like Windows XP, Windows 8, Windows 10, etc. These all. Similarly, Linux Enterprise Edition, Linux Desktop Edition. Of course, Desktop Edition also provides all the facilities like a server. You can install your server operating systems and server softwares like WebLogic, etc. And you can work with that, not a problem. But Enterprise Edition is the best suitable as a server operating system for the network communication and everything. Okay, network in the sense TCP/IP, client server, request response, this communication, right? Not multiple users are using multiple terminals. From the multiple terminals, we are connecting to the same computer. That computer is the server, the terminal is the client, not like that. Client is a program which resides in computer 1. Server is a program which resides in another computer. Client always requests the server. Server always respond to the client. Either both the ways communication, right? This is client server communication. Network communication is possible. The operating system which facilitate this kind of communications is what? Networking operating systems. These are the various varieties of operating systems. An operating system includes a file system. An operating system includes file system. Any operating system you take care, whether it is DOS, golden DOS, now it is Windows command prompt. Okay, and Windows, Linux, Mac OS, any operating system you consider, mostly what will be there? Files and directories. Of course, your terminology might be folder in this case. Files and directories. Apart from that, anything else? Nothing. Your program is also a file or not? Your program is also a file or not? Java program, C program, Python program, whatever program you take, your program is also a file or not? Definitely, files are required. So, file system, files and directories, operating system should accommodate the files and organize the files. So operating system includes file system, device drivers, how it can detect the device, how it can communicate with the device and operate the device, access the device with the help of device drivers. The major difference between Windows operating system and Linux operating system is, in Windows operating system, it detects the device as a device that has device driver, right? In a Linux operating system, everything is file. Your device is also a file. Your device is also a file. Your terminal is file. Your keyboard is file. Okay, input devices are file. Every device is a file. Standard input is a file. Standard output is a file. Every device is treated as a file. It deals with the files. It deals with the files. That is the difference between internal file handling and device handling organization, the architecture of the Windows operating system and Linux operating system. Please remember, I think further we have to go with Python also, right? Please remember, in Python, everything is an object. In Python, everything is an object. In Linux, everything is a file. Everything is treated as a file. Your device is also treated as a file. So file system, file handling is very important. And the device drivers, devices also files, and user interface is required. There are two varieties of user interfaces. What are the two varieties? CUI, character user interface, that also known as CLI, command line interface. CUI is nothing but CLI, right? Command line interface or character user interface. Next one is GUI, GUI, graphical user interface. Got it? Two different varieties of interfaces are required, commands, icons, whatever, that interface. Because user should be able to interact with the computer, interact with the operating system, should be able to work with that, Got it? Yeah. Next one is system services. Next one is system services, booting the system, stop the system, start the system, start the server, stop the server. Okay, understand? Network communication purpose. There are various system services we are using, right? Everything is a service. You people know very well, AWS people. Even you know hardware as a service, right? Hardware as a service, database as a service. Everything as a service, you people. Similarly, in one particular operating system, you have several services. Those all services must be organized by the operating system only. These are the things should be included. The operating system includes evolution of the Linux operating system in 90s, in 60s. Operating system is created step by step over a period. A lot of enhancements are taken place, a lot of improvements are done. Finally, we have Red Hat Linux 9 version. Okay, Ubuntu Linux, whatever the latest versions are there, after several enhancements, several improvements. So already you understand kernel and shell. Kernel and shell. Kernel is responsible to communicate with the hardware, and the shell. Shell is responsible to provide the commands to the user. Shell is a user interface. So user communicates with the shell. Shell communicates with kernel. Kernel take the command from the shell, from the user interface, then translate. So these are the two major components of the operating system. Just go through this diagram. Try to understand this diagram. Hardware, right? Then kernel. Kernel is responsible for command interpreter, memory manager, process manager. This all. Okay. Then you see what these all are. Shell. Shell contains the commands. Shell contains the commands. This shell, kernel and shell combination is your operating system. That is your platform. That's your platform, where you can launch, where you can host various other applications and other services also, like mail, FTP, database management systems, and other application programs. Where do you install your language? On the operating system or not? Without operating system, either your interpreter or compiler, whatever it is, it works? No. Definitely, operating system is required. Where do you host your database servers? Where do you host your web servers? Where do you host your application servers? Who is facilitating? Who is providing the platform for that? Operating system itself is the platform, right? So that is. This is main architecture of the operating system. Okay, so what is Linux? Linux is multi-user operating system, multitasking operating system. It provides the programming facility. It is a portable. Linux operating system is compatible for the various hardware architectures. It is compatible for the various hardware architectures, right? And system call facility is there, security is provided. These all are the features of the Linux operating system. This is simple story about Linux. This is simple story about Linux, right? Understand? Next, we have to start working with Linux. How to start working with Linux? Definitely user account is required. See here, I have this. VMware is installed. On the VMware, I installed the Ubuntu as usual. Of course, next weekend I'll show you Red Hat. Okay, both are same. Once you are flexible with the one flavor of the Linux, let it be any flavor, not a problem. Not even 1% change. Okay, everything is fine. The difference between the Ubuntu we are using and Red Hat, of course, Red Hat Enterprise Edition is there. Now Red Hat is taken care by HP, right? Now HP people are taking Red Hat. They are providing this service, right? Those people released the 9 version, Enterprise Edition 9. Okay, so some of the Ubuntu is a root user locked environment is given. You don't have any root user in Ubuntu. Regularly you are working, right? In Ubuntu operating system, root user is not there. If you want to run any command with the administrator privileges, you're supposed to use sudo space your command. Super user do. Under super user privileges, as a super user, run this command, that is sudo. Red Hat Linux, you can connect it to the root user. Hash is the prompt of the root user. In case Sun Solaris, percentile is the prompt. In case Sun Solaris, percentile is the prompt. Of course, maybe a couple of the Linux flavors may provide you the administrator. Super user prompt is percentile, but mostly default is hash. Most of the cases hash. But normal user prompt is $. Command line interface. Okay, that's the reason my advice is while practicing the Linux, of course, in the classroom, I might show you, double click on the terminal, open the terminal like that. But in your system, while practicing, please keep your Linux system in the pure character user interface mode, without graphical user interface. Without graphical user interface. Init run level 3. Without a graphical user interface, keep in the pure character user interface mode, then practice. That will be very much close to your terminal or realistic environment interface, what you are going to work with. Here, these are the ordinary users. These are the normal users. Srini is one of the user. I'm connecting with that. First of all, you have to log in. Of course, now it is connected to the graphical user interface. But you see, when you connect to the system user account, you must provide the username or password. Okay, then it will connect to the system. Who creates the user account? By default, automatically one user account is created, that is a super user. The super user default super user name is root. Default super user name is root. In a real-time environment, no one allow you to connect as a root and work as a root, even though you are the administrator. All administrators are not responsible for every activity, right? somebody is responsible for backup and recovery, somebody is responsible for networking, etc. Depends on your roles and responsibilities. For you, one user account is created, the required relevant administration permissions are given to you. You will be working under that privileges only, that permissions only. But root user is a super user, supreme. Okay, megastar, superstar, power star, whatever you say, it is the supreme. If something wrong you did under the root, it is unrecoverable. Got it? Suppose as a normal user, as a separate user account, if something went wrong, there might be a chance using root you can manage the things, you can recover the things. But something went wrong with the root, you can't recover it. Got it? That's the reason in real time no one allow you to work as a root. In unavoidable rare circumstances only, the root user, they connect, the administrators will connect it as a root user and they will be working. Of course, it is your desktop, your personal computer, no restrictions, you can connect and you can work with for your practice, not a problem. If something went wrong, your operating system is not opening, what you can do? Again install. What is the loss? Nothing is lost because you are in a training period, right? So definitely every user account, the root user, the administrator user account create the normal user, the super user creates the user account, the administrator user account can create the normal user. This is multi-user operating system, security high. Without user account you cannot connect to the Linux. Definitely you have to provide username and password. Got it? So at the time of installation, it will ask you to specify password for the root user. There's nothing is default password. At the time of installation, you have to configure, you have to provide what is the password of the root user. At the time of installation, it may ask you create one more normal user, provide the username password. So root user automatically created, you are specifying password for that, and you are creating your own username password, right? One more user account, normal user account also created. If you want more user accounts, you have to connect as a root, and using a user add command, you have to create one by one user account, more user accounts you have to create, right? At a time, 100 user accounts or 1000 user accounts you want to create. Creating a user account is very easy. It's very simple task, right? Some water bottle is here. Take this water bottle and keep it that side of the room. A complicated task? No, not a complicated task. It is very simple task. But there are 1000 bottles like that. One by one bottle you have to take and put other side of the room. Is it definitely a tedious job or not? Right? Okay. So in this case, you have to automize. In this case, you have to automize those activities. In case it is Linux operating system related task, using shell scripting, you can automize the operating system level tasks. Shell scripting is not only for automizing the operating system level tasks. If you want to perform your own user-defined operation, your own user-defined task, some requirement is there, some task you need to perform, some operation you're supposed to do with the operating system, but there is no such suitable command provided by the operating system. Got it? Something customized requirement, user-defined requirement, user-defined operation. To do the job, there is no command is available in the operating system. Such command is not provided directly, not available. So for that, you can develop your own logic with the combination of existing Linux commands only, right? So lot of people ask me while teaching the Linux, sir, why these commands you are teaching? We are already regularly working with these commands, sir. Teach the shell scripting. Shell scripting is very important. I want shell scripting. Please go to shell scripting faster. I want shell scripting. What is a script? What is script? Program. Script is nothing but a program. Script is nothing but a program. That is group of commands, combination of the commands, multiple commands together. Multiple commands together, group of commands. What is program? Program is collection of commands, collection of instructions. What is group of commands together? Group of commands together work according to an applied logic. Definitely in the program you write your logic, right? You must be able to apply your logics, right? Group of commands. What are the commands? Shell scripting. What are the commands? Shell commands only. Shell commands only. What are the commands provided by the operating system for your use to interact with the operating system, to work with the operating system? The same shell commands. There are no separate set of commands. But programming facility purpose, program logics and techniques, some syntaxes are there. Conditions purpose, checking the conditions and these all things, some syntaxes are there. Working with the arrays, that is programming only. It's not possible directly, right? Of course, even though it is possible, directly we may not use regularly. Mostly we do use programmatically. Functions for the reusability of the code. These all programming facilities are provided for the program logics and techniques. But what are the combination of commands you are putting together and developing your own shell script? Linux commands only, not the separate commands. Not the separate commands. What all commands you will learn? Okay, I think you people might be talking yourself like generally to work with AWS, at least 25 commands are very important. These are the very important 25 commands. First of all, you have to know about this. Rest of the commands, it's okay. You can compromise a little bit. Is it or not? No, not 25 commands, 50 commands, you should be perfect. Someone else tells you. These are regular talks you are talking with your friends or not? Okay. Of course, that 25 commands, that 50 commands, that 100 commands combination only, you are putting together, applying your program logic and developing your scripts. Developing your script, shell script. That shell script is going to be one more command to process one more task, one more operation in your operating system. But that shell script is not provided by the operating system. That script is developed by you by utilizing the existing commands only, right? Existing OS commands only, putting together, applying your own logic, you performed your own operation. That is a script, that is a program that is going to be act as a command, one more command. Got it? That might be to perform an operation, that might be to automize a task, something like you want to create 100 users. Just you can write a script for that. Okay, just give the run the program, and how many users are required? 5 users are required. Give the 5 count, 5 user accounts it will create. Okay, how many users are required? 100 users are required. Give the 100 count, 100 user accounts it will create. No, sir, it is not the default names. Who join in my company, that person name we give as a username. Of course, you provide the usernames in the text file. Names are taken from the text file. Automatically, script creates the user accounts and provide you the default password, right? On your first login, you're supposed to change the password. Otherwise, within 1 week, you're supposed to change your password. These rules you ever seen or not? User ID password is given, default password is given. Everyone knows default password. For every user, we provide the default password only. Everyone knows default password. Somebody configure that on the first login itself. First login purpose only default password. Once you log in, you must change your password. Automatically system will ask. After you log in, automatically system will ask, please change your password. Your password is expired because already you logged in, right? Otherwise, some other situation, within 1 week, you have to change the password, that kind of configuration. How to change the password? How to change the password? Simple command is passwd. Passwd. A normal user using passwd command, he can change his password. He can change his password, right? Other user account password you can't change because you are a normal user. Because you are a normal user. Got it? If you go to shopping, you can hardly select color of your dress, not your family members dress, right? If you are head of the family, then you have some special powers. You can restrict the people. These are the rules of our family. This color you should not wear. You have to always wear the orange dress only. Okay, something like that. Got it? So if you are a normal user, you can change your user account password. Passwd is the command. The same command, you log in as a root user. You are the super user. Simple passwd change the root password. Passwd change so and so user password, specifically username, so and so user password you change. You can change password of any user, reconfigure the password of any user. Command is passwd. Got it? So this is how you have to log in. First it will ask enter username, enter password. Okay, you supposed to log in. This is character user interface. Of course, my system is I still keep in graphical user interface. Later I will show you that. So first it will ask login colon character user interface. You supposed to type. Nothing appears, but you type. Okay. So star symbols, dot symbols, nothing appears in the graphical user interface, in the web environment, in your text boxes. When you are typing, how many letters you type, that many dots or something appears. But here nothing appears. Whatever is the username you type, password nothing appears. Username appears, right? You're supposed to provide username and provide the password. Okay. Then if you want to change your password, passwd. If you want to log out or exit, exit is the command. See, when you change the password, current password, what is the current password, what is the new password, confirm the new password. Like this you can change the password. It is very simple. So first of all, you have to connect it to your user account. You have to connect it to your user account. See, graphical user interface, I provided my username password. So I advise you to don't work as a graphical user interface. You have to work as a character user interface. The terminal, here is the terminal. Otherwise apps. If it is Red Hat Linux, here activities, you click on the activities, you are able to see the apps and these all things. Here in the Ubuntu, you see apps here. In this apps, you can find the terminal. Got it? Of course, here is the terminal. You can directly access utilities, and this you can see. Got it? Here is the terminal. Directly, you can access this. Terminal is the command line interface. Terminal is the command line interface. This is the command prompt. What is the normal user command prompt? $. Most of the Linux flavors provides you your username, host name, current working directory as a prompt. See, in Windows operating, earlier in the Unix operating system, this style was not there, because I worked with SCO Unix also, Sun Spark machine, Sun Solaris, these things. Earlier, this style is not there. $. Is the prompt. That's all. You don't know where you are. Your username, those all things does not appear in the prompt. Okay. PS1 is the environment variable which makes your prompt. PS1 is, of course, I'll show you all environment variables. I'll show you in detail, very detail we'll discuss. That makes you the environment variable. That environment variable is simple $. It will show you $. Only. It doesn't show you username, host name, present working directory. It doesn't show you. But it is configured in such a way by default by the OS itself. In the dot profile, it will show you username, host name, and current working directory. In any flavor of the Unix, in any flavor of the Linux, before $, something is appearing. What is this? What is this? Don't worry. This is the username. This is the host name. At present, I am in the user home directory. At present, I am in the user home directory. That's all. This is pwd is the command, gives you present working directory. Pwd is the command that is using present working directory where you are. Next, we have to immediately concentrate on Linux file system. Linux file system. Please remember, just like your Windows, you never see C drive, D drive, E drive, disk partitions you don't see in the Linux. And a little bit history is required. Long ago, your hard disk size is very limited to the 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB, 20 GB. I have seen from 1 GB. Of course, I have seen 1 MB floppy, 258 KB, 512 KB floppies, those all things. You have to insert the floppy with the DOS operating system, your computer will work. Only 1 MB. Okay, open the DOS and copy con. Your name, your address, phone number. Yes, I created a file. Great achievement, right? Now 1 GB hard disk. It's really great volume of memory or not? 8 GB hard disk, 20 GB hard disk, 80 GB hard disk. These all earlier days. Please mute yourself, guys. Who is the 370? Please keep in you mute. Okay. So now, what is your hard disk size? 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 4 terabytes, quite common, right? Now you see 8 GB is the hard disk size. Please imagine that situation. Please assume that current market maximum available hard disk size is 8 GB. In your computer, you require 20 GB. How many hard disks are needed? In Windows operating system, each disk attached to the computer is a drive. C drive, second hard disk is attached, D drive, third hard disk is attached, E drive, so on. Got it? Those are the disk drives. Those are the disk drives originally. Mostly C drive is reserved for the operating system. C drive is reserved for the operating system. Remaining are for your storage. So now you have 1 terabyte hard disk, but 1 terabyte as a total memory block, single memory location. Of course, you don't want it. You want to organize it into the 4 different locations. Logically, one physical hard disk, logically you are dividing into 4 hard disks. That is the disk partitions. Do you understand? Okay. But Unix operating system or Linux operating system, the file system style is not like that. Even though you insert 10 hard disks or 20 hard disks, your entire file system hierarchy begins with the root directory. Multiple root directories are not possible. Please remember, slash is the root directory. You will see one more directory named root. You may see another directory named root. Got it? That is root user home directory. Got it? What is the system root directory? Slash. The slash is the system root directory. You may see a directory named that is ROOT. That is root users home directory. Similarly, every user account configured with the user specific home directory, right? Every user account will have his own home directory, that is user home directory. So what is slash? System root directory, beginning of the file system hierarchy of your Unix operating system. Got it? What is root? Super user root. super user root. For that super user, he is having his own home directory, right? That is root user home directory. Root user home directory. Yes. Okay. Now you look at this. What is my present working directory? Slash home. This is a Srini is the username, right? So this is my user home directory. My user home directory. Whenever you log in using a terminal to the Linux computer, you will be by default located in your home directory, user home directory. That is your default host location, Where do you launch automatically by default when you log in? That is user home directory. Now cd space cd space pwd, where I am, systems root directory, that slash is the systems root directory. Here you see ls. There are several directories you are able to see. These are the Linux operating system directories. These are the Linux operating system directories. In Windows operating system also, if you select the C drive, Windows, Dell, program file 86, something like that, app data, these kind of directories are automatically made by the operating system or not? If you open Windows directory, there are several directories you are able to see or not? But we are least bothered. Why? Because that is Windows operating system, graphical user interface. We need not to remember anything in our brain. Left click, right click, double click, drag drop only. Who bothered about the directories and these all things here? But this is Linux operating system, character user interface, right? Under the root directory, system root directory, all the files and directories are system directories. All are directories only, no files. All are system directories. In real time, mostly this location you may not be able to access. In real time, mostly this location you may not be able to access. If you want to access or want to do some experiments and you want to disturb anything, please disturb in your own environment only, in your laptop only. Okay, see what there are various bin, sbin binaries. Bin most commonly used, sbin some special administrator level commands. Your shell commands are available. Your operating system commands are available under bin and sbin. Your almost all commands are belongs to either bin or sbin binaries, right? Then you see root user home directory, dev devices. What I told you, Linux treats everything as a file. Every device as a file, right? The device related files located under this dev, temporary files are located under temp, user accounts information located under usr, home, one more is there, home, user home directories are located under home. Okay, bootable files are under boot, like this. These all are the system directories, right? These all are the system directories. Just a short form. You please go ahead with this. What is bin? User binaries. What is sbin? System binaries. Means administrator level commands. etc configuration files, right? Okay, your passwd is a file under etc. Okay, dev device files. Okay, proc process information, var variable files, home default home. These all user home directories are located under this home. Root user home directory, usr user related, user account related programs. Bootloader files are available. mnt mount directory, media removable media mounting point. Okay, for these things, don't worry, this document I will give you. more elaborately I gave here regarding the Unix file system. What is Unix file system? Root directory. Under root directory, what are the directories? What is bin? What is boot? What is dev? What is etc? Home username, user home directory. What is lib, media, mnt, opt, root, sbin, srv, temp, usr. Under usr, several things, right? USR bin, USR SBin, USR local, USR share documents, where Windows is there. X Windows system is belongs to Windows. X Windows system is belongs to Windows. It is something like you see, Windows 95 is the first graphical user interface operating system from Microsoft. Windows 95. Before Windows 95, you have Windows 3.x. Originally, booting will be in the DOS. Then at the DOS prompt, you type win is the command, Windows will be came up. Same like that here also. Windows is a directory where all X Windows system related, graphical user interface related files will be there. Got it? These are the system files, system directories, not related to you. Not related to you. These all directories are related to operating system. These all are related to operating system. Of course, let you aware of this, let you know about this, visit the commands and visit the directory locations, visit the files, and please aware of that, but please don't disturb it. Please don't disturb it. These all are system related files, system related directories. But where is my user account related? My files, where I can locate my files, where I can have my files, where you can have your files. Something like you have parliament here. In the parliament, what kind of information, what kind of files will be there? What kind of items will be there? Country related things, right? Okay. Where your personal items will be located? In your home. That is a country home here. Where is your home? You have your own home, right? So all your personal items will goes to your home. So all the user related files, user created programs, user created files, user created directories will be located under user home directory, right? Of course, you can get into this location and you can do something. It is allowed because it is your personal computer. It is your personally installed virtual machine. But in real-time servers, this location is access restricted. This location access restricted for understanding about it. These are the file systems. This is about Linux file system. All of you understand about it? Next, in Linux, everything is file, I told you, right? In Linux, everything is file, I told you. Directory is also a file. Directory is also a file. So in Linux, how many varieties of files? How many types of files? In Linux, how many types of files? 3 files, 3 different varieties of files. One is normal file, regular file. File is file. That is one normal file. It can be a plain text file. Normal file is maybe plain text file. What is plain text file? Something I write a text, that is plain text file, right? What is your C program? Is it plain text file or not? C program is made with alphabets and numbers only here, symbols only here. It is a operating system point of view, that is a plain text file. But C compiler point of view, that is program file. Got it? In the operating system level, operating system point of view, it is a text file, that's all, which contains the alphabets, letters, symbols, that's all combination. Java file, text file only. XML file, text file only. Python file, text file only, right? Normal file, text file only. Binary files, right? Image, binary file. Video, binary file. Audio, binary file. Okay, I think if the big data people are there, their terminology is different. Structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data, etc. But operating system point of view, binary files, right? Which contains the binary content, which is understandable to a relevant software only. Got it? A video, can you open directly? You can't. Using a media player, video player only, you can play it, the video, right? Understand? Photo, can you open directly? Because it is a file, it is a normal file only. It is a normal file only, but only image viewer software can open it. Remaining softwares cannot open it. Directly in the operating system also, you can't open that. Got it? Those are binary files. So XML file is text file only, but that is specially formatted with the XML tags. HTML file is text file only, specially formatted with the HTML tags. These are normal files. These all are normal files. Second variety is directory. Directory contains. In Windows, we use the terminology folder. That's also directory, right? Directory contains a subdirectory and some files. A directory may have multiple subdirectories and also may have parallelly couple of files also. Couple of directories and couple of files may be there under a directory. Got it? But this is a pointer again. Got it? Because reference of the multiple files together. So directory is also a file. Directory is also a file in Linux. And another one is special files, device files, special files. Got it? Link files, and some special files are there. So different symbols, B, L, C, like that, various characters indicates that there are different varieties of files. These are the three different varieties. These are the three different varieties. Okay. So let us start working with the commands. Okay. So before start working with the commands, I think everyone is waiting for a break. A lot of story. After a lot of story, let us begin working with the commands. Simple commands and further commands, more commands. Okay. So let you take a small break, 10 minutes break. Okay. The class will be up to 2 o'clock. 3+ hours a day. Today more than 3 hours, tomorrow more than 3 hours, next weekend also more than 3 hours. So I think 4 hours equally if you share, then within 4 days we can cover 15 hours, right? Remaining 1 hour goes for the breaks. Okay, fine. So let us begin with the commands. Okay, take a small break before. Okay, all of you available? Back. Okay, so simply very first command, log name. CLER, clear is the command for clear screen. Okay, mostly used command, most used command. Log name is the command for showing currently connected, current session connected username, login name. Currently who logged in, the login name, right? Currently who logged in, the login name. That is log name. Okay. Who command, who command, who all currently connected with the computer, with the system, who all currently logged in with the system. That is who command. At present, only one user account is connected, only one terminal. That's why the username, terminal type, and the date and time logged in. This is what information it is showing. In case there are 10 users connected with the same computer from the different terminals, there will be 10 entries you are able to see, right? All the users list, who connected at present, whose connection is open at present to the system. Those all connections information. Got it? That is who. Out of that list, who am I? What is my entry? Okay, that is who am I? Okay, the username. Understand? So log name command, who am I command, both gives the same result almost. Log name gives you your login name. Who am I command gives you username. Got it? Yeah. The same information, mostly the same. Okay. So almost it gives the same. So who command gives you username, then a terminal type when he is logged in. When he is logged in. This is who command. Who am I command. Okay. Then I want to see not the currently connected users' names. I want to see who all user accounts are available in the system. In this server, how many user accounts are there? What all are the user accounts? Complete list of user accounts I want to see. Okay. Get ent pass wd. You are able to get list of the user accounts. Get ent. This is a command. get ent pass wd. This is the command. Of course, nothing special. Pass wd is a configuration file where all user accounts details or configuration is available. That file we are accessing. That's it. That file we are accessing. So root user, first one is username, second one is encrypted password, next one is encrypted password. Got it? User ID, group ID, user ID, group ID, group name. This is default shell of the user. This information you are able to see. First one is username, encrypted password, user ID, group ID, then default shell of the user, right? Here you see Srini is the username, 1000 is the user ID, this is the username, group name is not there, this is the home directory, this is the shell. Got it? This is home directory. This is the home directory. Then last one is default shell. Got it? Similarly, Venkat is the user, 1001 is the user ID, this is the group ID. Of course, just we are creating the user account using user add command. That's why for every user, it is creating a separate group. But otherwise, in administration fashion, we supposed to create the group first. Then for the user, we supposed to specify this user belongs to so and so group. We supposed to assign group to the user. But generally, we are creating blindly with the default specification. The default specification user account creation is for every user separate group it takes. Okay. How to create a user account? User add. Very simple. User add. Okay, let me clear the screen. User add. For some of the flavors, this command is add user. For some of the Linux flavors, this is going to be add user. Okay. User add. Just give some name. Okay. Suppose Vasu is the name, username I am giving Vasu. Permission denied. What is the problem? Srini is the normal user here. It is not a super user. It is not an administrator user. A normal user cannot create another user account, right? Now I want to connect to the root. But this is Ubuntu operating system, root locked environment. You cannot connect to the root. But this command is the administrator command with the super user permissions. You supposed to execute that command. So you use sudo. Sudo, yes, super user, do, please do. Super user, please do this command. That is sudo. Any command you want to execute by the super user, only super user can process this command. Super user permissions are required. Such command you want to process as a super user, under super user, sudo. What is the command? User add Vasu, right? So password for Srini, current user. For the authentication, yes, user account is created. User account is created, right? Yeah, please observe this. User add command. Users command gives you user's name who currently logged in. Display login names of users currently who logged in. Log name, users. Okay, who am I? Log name gives you only the currently connected user login name. Who am I gives you, who gives you list of the users. Similarly, users. Groups gives you group names out of the connected users only. At present, 100 users are connected. Maybe the situation is possible in your server, there are 200 user accounts are created. 200 user accounts are right now not connected. Only 75 users are connected, right? Who command gives you 75 users list. Users commands gives you 75 log names, usernames list. Got it? So groups command gives you these 75 users are belongs to which groups? Only connected user groups. Connected user groups. Groups command print the name of the groups user as part of it, right? Who is connected? User add is the command to create the user account. User add, either you supposed to connect with root account, root user execute this command can create user account, otherwise sudo passwd is the command for change password. I told you, right? I don't want to change password of this current user. Current user is Srini. Current user is Srini, right? But I don't want to change password of this Srini. User account created is Vasu. That I want to change. Who can change password of other user account? Only root, only super user. So sudo passwd username Vasu, right? So for the username, I have to specify the password, right? Yes. What is the new password? Same name I am giving. Password successfully changed. Of course, it is asking for it is very weak password. You must give strong password like that. But some password I gave. Password is updated successfully. Now you can log into Vasu user. Vasu is also one of the normal user. So user add is the command to create a new user account. Passwd. Just passwd. Don't provide the username. That will change current user password, currently connected user password, right? Passwd is followed by the username will try to change that user's password. This is only possible for the administrator. Got it? Yeah. So what is this -d option? Of course, by default, automatically user home directory is created under home. Whatever username you provided, that name is the directory. But you want to specify your own home directory, your own location that has a user home directory. You want to configure user home directory for the user. Of course, in a different location, you can create a directory. That directory you want to use as a home directory of the user. You want to specify, you want to customize the user home directory. Okay, then -d option. Understand? This is the user add command creating a user. Understand? Suppose user account is already created. I want to modify the user details. User mod is the command. Very simple, right? User mod is the command. See, please remember, this is the location where user accounts related information is stored. Please follow that. Please remember this. etc. etc is the system directory. Already we observed under root. Under root, we have a system directory etc, right? Under etc, passwd, user account information, configuration, user accounts information. That's what we accessed. Of course, you can give not get ent, just give cat this etc passwd, gives the same information. Got it? Then shadow, secure user account information, group account information, G shadow, group account information, secure group account information. Oh God. Okay. like this, login.defs, password suite configuration. So user account related information is actually stored and maintained under these files. Okay, anybody is getting any doubt? Sir, every information is open. You know the location, this is the directory, this is the file, this is the information available. System stores and manages the information over here. Then where is the security? Because everyone knows this, right? You know, I know, someone else know, everyone knows this, right? Where is the security? But these files, you may not be able to access. You can restrict the access for the users. In real-time servers, you can't access this until unless a special permissions are given to you. But this is a desktop edition of the Ubuntu we are installing with all next only, right? Olden days, installing Unix is a challenging task. Installing Linux is a challenging task in the initial days. Now the installation wizard become highly simplified. Very simple. Click on next. Provide the root password, provide the username password. That's all. Everything happens automatically. With that default configuration, you are able to access. Okay. Yeah. And user mod, modify the user. User mod is the command for modify the user. So for example, I want to change home directory of the user account. Previously, something ABCD is the home directory. Now I want to change it to XYZ. I want to change user home directory. Of course, using -D option, I can do that. Any changes related to the user account you want to do, user mod is the command. Just I'm introducing command. This is very big command as part of administration concern. Okay, just what is the command? What is the significance? A simple syntax I am showing you. Okay, default configuration we are going with. I'm not going to do any changes right now. This is user add command and user mod command. User add command and user mod command, right? Oh God, the system become very slow. Tomorrow I have to get another system, not this one. And next, date command. What is date command? Clear command, you know what is clear command? Clear screen. Exit command, you know what is exit command? Log out. Exit the terminal. Log out user account. That is a exit command, right? Yeah. And next one, init run labels. Init run labels. Init is the command. Init is the command. 0, run level 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 run levels. There are 6 run levels, right? 0 is for halt, power off. 0 is for halt, power off. 0 is for halt. 6 is for reboot. 6 is for reboot. 4 is nothing. Please remember it. 0 is for halt, something like shut down, okay, switch off, power off, these commands. 6 is for reboot. 6 is for reboot. Okay. 4 is not having any predefined activity. You can configure. For the init 4, what is the activity? You can configure, but nothing is specified default. Okay. Then you see init 1. Init 1. Single user mode. Single user mode. Put your Linux operating system in a single user mode. Only one user can log in at the same time. Got it? You might listen server under maintenance. You can't log in. Today is the maintenance day. For 1 hour, we can't connect to the server. For 3 hours, we can't connect to the server. Administrators under issue resolution, until the issue resolved, we are not able to connect. Got it? So other users may not be able to connect, but who is working to resolve the issue, they supposed to be able to connect or not? If those people also not able to connect, what they can do? Got it? Administrator must be able to connect. So to your computer at that time, only one user is allowed to connect. Remaining users are not allowed to connect. In such situation, we keep the system run level 1. That is single user mode. Understand? Okay. Init 2. What is init 2? Multi-user mode, but no network file system. Networking facility is not there. Okay. Network file system you cannot access. Without network file system, as a local server, it works fine. Network file system is off. Got it? Multi-user mode. Multiple users can work, but no networking. Got it? Init 3. Multi-user mode under command line interface. CUI mode only, no graphical user interface. CUI only, no graphical user interface. Okay, let us see this. I'm connecting. What I am connecting? Normal user. Normal user, right? Now this init run levels, I have to run as an administrator. So I'm using sudo. Of course, normally also we can, but not everything. I'm running under administrator privilege under sudo. Init 3. What is init 3? Character user interface only. Please observe. Please observe. It will reboot. It will come out, and it will allow you only black screen, only character user interface login. It's working slow. Let us see that. Then init 5 is for graphical user interface. Init 3 is only character user interface. Init 4, nothing. Init 4, nothing. User choice. User choice. Init 5, graphical user interface. Current run level is graphical user interface. Current run level is graphical user interface. That is init 5. If you want to switch to character user interface, init 3. If you want to enable graphical user interface, init 5. Init 5, right? See, now you see, very small. Okay, it's asking virtual machine login name. Let me try. No, it's not coming. See, Srini is the username. It's asking password. So password it is asking. Srini is the password. So you will get the dollar prompt. Okay. Any command you can execute and you are able to work with, but you people are not able to see small letters. And ఇది వర్చువల్ మిషన్ కదా, ఆటోమేటిక్ రీఅరేంజ్ అవ్వాలి. See, dollar prompt we are able to see. Okay, at the dollar prompt again, sudo init 5. I gave init 5. See, now it will be back to the graphical user interface. Of course, it takes time. Okay, asking the password. It will be back to. These are the init run levels. If you want to see what is the current run level of the system right now, who-r is the command to see current run level of the system. Right now, what is the run level of my system? If you want to see, who-r gives you run level 5, run level 3, like that you are able to see. These are the run levels, system run levels. To shut down the system, you can use init 0. To reboot the system, you can use init 6. Otherwise, you can use the commands like halt, shutdown, power off, reboot. These kind of commands also you can use. These are the commands. Halt is the command. That is nothing but init 0, init 6. Power off, you can use the command. Reboot, you can use the command. Okay, shutdown, you can use the command. These commands you can use. Keywords, these keywords you can use. Either you can use init run levels, otherwise the keyword halt you can use, the keyword power off you can use, power off reboot you can use, the keyword shutdown you can use, right? Whatever you want to do. This is start the system, stop the system, log in the system. Okay, these are the run levels initially. All of you clear? Yeah. Next, you can see simple commands, basic commands. Already you understand log name. Already understood log name. What is log name? User information, current user name. PWD, present working directory. Clear the screen. Exit, log out or exit from the terminal. These commands you know. Then finger command. What is finger command? The complete information about users. Of course, various options are there, but all options gives you same information in your system. The difference you are not able to experience in this desktop edition, because our installation is next default installation, nothing more specification, right? In the real time, if you have more specification about the user accounts, the information will be clearly displayed. That options make difference in the output, but here it doesn't make any difference. You see, already I'm back to graphical user interface. Srini is the username, Vasu is the username, Venkat is the Vasu user account we created. Okay, now again I'm connecting to Srini. Next, finger command gives complete information about users, his home directory, his phone number, his email ID, and his resources like mail resources, pool resources. That entire information you are able to get using finger command. Just let us execute and see. So finger -l gives you long format, multiple lines. Okay. Anyhow, this document I will provide you. Accordingly, you can go ahead with this. This is finger command. We'll execute and see that. And who am I? Already you know. What is the date command? To display the date. current system date according to the current system running time zone. While installation, you will specify the time zone or not. Generally, we do specify Kolkata, IST, Indian Standard Time. Similarly, at the time of installation, you will specify the time zones. Okay. So in which time zone your operating system is running, according to the time, that time zone, it will show you the date. The date command show you the date time. Timestamp it will show you actually. It will show you timestamp, date, time, time zone, that information. Date -u, otherwise UTC, otherwise hyphen universal. This will show the date and time according to the universal standard time. What is universal standard time? Universal standard time minus 5 hours 30 minutes is the Indian standard time. Got it? Sorry, plus 5:30. Universal standard time plus 5 hours 30 minutes is the Indian standard time. Universal time zone minus 11 hours 30 minutes, 12 hours 30 minutes. This is EST and CST, right? US time zones. US time zones. Okay. So the time zones are calculated based on this UTC, Universal Time Standard, right? Yeah. -u option, otherwise -UTC, -universal gives you universal time zone, is used to access and display the current date and time. It is used to access and display current date and time. Okay. Please follow. Tomorrow, of course, I will execute and show you. Here, date command -date option is used to display the given date in the system date format. Who is giving date here? You are providing the date. That is your date value. You are not getting from the system. You are not getting from the system. That is your date value. What is this? This is my date. This is my date. Maybe someone's birthday or marriage day or something. Okay. But in which format I specified the date value? String format. Enclosed within double quotes or single quotes. Either double quotes are okay or single quotes also okay. Enclosed within double quotes or single quotes. Okay. This is user specified date value, user given date value. But I want to display this in the system date format, right? System date format. The date command gives you date, time, and everything. Okay, let us see. Terminal open time. Okay. So similarly, you can specify here 2 years ago, before 2 years, what is the date? 5 seconds ago, what is the date? 2 months ago, what is the date? Yesterday, what is the date? 10 days ago, what is the date? Next Tuesday, what is the date? After 2 days, what is the date? Tomorrow, what is the date? After 1 year, what is the date? If you want to access the date according to your own specification, you can use -date. These all options are available, right? Yeah, terminal. You see date command. Okay, date command. Date -date is equal to 02 month, 11 date, 1998 year. Is it okay? Of course, you can specify time if you want. I did not specify the time. That's why it is showing 12:00:00. What is the 12? Midnight 12 o'clock. Got it? So AM IST. Got it? Like this. Anything tomorrow. What is the tomorrow's date? Same way it will show you. Okay. 10 years ago. 10 years ago. What is the date? Okay, 2 months ago, what is the date? 10 days ago, what is the date? These are all specifications you can give. -S option, --set option is used to set the system date time. If you want to change the system date time in Windows, what we will do? Double click here or go to the settings and change the system date time. Like that, you want to change the system date time, -s option or -- set option. This is how, this is the syntax to change the system date time. This is the command. If a normal user is done this, that's only applicable for the session. Got it? System date time gets changed, but not permanently. The server date time is not changed. For the current session, that is applicable. Once you log out from the terminal, again it switch back to the root user server defaults. Okay. Yep. Yes, this is okay. Next. Yes. Oh, okay. Fine now. This is next, date formatting characters. Plus percentile D display mmddyy. Just you see, date is the command. It is showing complete date, right? I don't want complete date. Date plus percentile capital D gives you date. Okay. Date plus percentile small d gives you only date number. Date plus percentile capital M gives you month. Date plus percentile small m, of course this is minutes, I think, right? This is the month. Small m is the month. Got it? Yeah, like this. So small d display the day in the month. What is the day in between 31 days? A weekday name, Sunday, Monday, like this. Capital A full name, Sunday, Monday, like this. H, okay, abbreviation of the month. B, month name, full month name. Okay, capital B, full month name. So month of the year, display 2 digits of the year, 4 digits of the year, 24 hours format, capital T, capital H, only hours, capital M, only minutes, capital S, only seconds, like this. Combinations you want to use, this is how you can use. Combinations you want to use, this is how you can use. See here, the only date I want to show, date and time I want to show, year, month, date I want to show. Okay, like this, my own format, I want to display my date. These are date formatting. No, sir, these many documents you are showing, these all things, should I take and study these all things? No, you need not to do that. One thing you can do, any command which is available in that particular flavor of the OS. If the command is available, manual pages are available, help is available, right? See, man date command, it gives you complete help, complete manual of the date command. Date -print, see date syntax. Okay, date command options, -d, -f, -i, -r. Okay, various hyphen options. Formatting model, small a, capital A, small b, capital B, small c, capital C, A to Z. Okay, maybe a couple of things are missing. These all options are available. These all options are available. The problem is we are the human being. Erasability is more in the human brain, right? Slowly the thing will be fed up. Sir, why should I remember these all things? Of course, my brain is capable of storing the zettabytes of the data, but we don't want. The medium is not ready, right? So here man you can use, man command you can use regarding any command. No, not date command. Man who command. You'll get the complete help. Okay, not this. Man exit command. Okay, manual is not available because it is simple. Man something like log name command. Regarding any command, mostly you will get the help. Either you can do in this way, otherwise date hyphen hyphen help. This also you can use. Date hyphen hyphen help also you can use. You can get the help directly. The syntax and options, everything you are able to get. Got it? Yeah, like this you can use any command. I believe that this is the best document for you in your system other than the documents I gave. See, most of time my document is having syntax and options showing useless. Really, in the document, couple of examples are there. Example one, date space percent plus percent ld space m space t, something I gave. That is an example. The examples may not be available in the documentation, the manual. For the example purpose, you can use the notes. Otherwise, what is the command? What is the syntax? What are the possible options of the command? You can get it from the help manual pages. You can get it from that. Really, for the Unix, separate book is not required. Separate document is not required. If required, that is only for the sake of couple of examples for practice. Okay. So like this you can do. And another one is cal command. Calendar. Just a few days before, I'm just talking about this cal command. One of the student asked me, what is the real world use case of this cal command? What is the real use case of this cal command? Real time, real use case. Tell me some user stories. These are quite common. What is the use of calendar in your house here? In your house, definitely a calendar is hanging to the wall or not? What is the use of that? A beautiful Lord Ganesh photo is available. Whenever you are going out, look at his face and come out. Everything happens good. A date and time appears, date appears. Now, what is the use of the calendar in your house? Just for show you, I have calendar. Reference here just to see what is the today's date, what is this month. Okay, just to see. Here also the same. Date and time you are able to capture. From the date and time you can get the only month value, only date value, and date calculations you can do. Of course, in the script we will see the date calculations also, how to perform some date operations. Okay, for example, today's date so and so, after 10 months, after 11 months, after 365 days, or after 108 days, what will be the date? So when you deposit some amount, maturity date will be given after 33 months or not. Something like that. Several date operations you supposed to do. How to do that we will see. We can do that. About the date, you can keep the value in the variable. You can keep whatever part of the date you want, you can get it and keep it in the variable. But what you can get from the calendar? Nothing. Just in the system, calendar is there. Whenever manual reference is required, you can open the calendar and you can see that. Got it? So cal command is to display calendar. Cal command is to display calendar. Cal command, some year you specify. 2019. It will display year calendar, complete year calendar, right? Cal command -3 you specify. It will display 3 months calendar, current month, previous month, next month by default. No, sir, I do specify my own month. Okay. Cal command -m. What is the month? 11th month. What is the year? 1997. Okay. 11th month of 1997, right? Cal command -3 -m -3m. It's getting -3m. Will it work? All are same, right? -3 -m is okay. -3m is okay without giving -m, because that is default. -3 is also okay. So whatever month and year I specified for that year, for that month, 3 months, previous month and next month, you are able to get it or not? This is for manual reference, just to display the calendar. There is no real use. If any real-time use case, for that purpose, date command only provide you the year, month, and date calculations, time calculations, everything you can do with the date command only, right? -J option. Year begin with January 1st, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. February 1st is going to be 32. Got it? March 1st is going to be, I think 63 or 62, something like that, right? So month is not beginning with 1. So January 31st, then February 1st is nothing but 32, 34, 35, so on. So out of 365 days, 1 month calendar you are showing, but dates are displayed, the numbers out of 365 days. That is -J. Do you want to see? Cal-J, current months. See, 245, 244, 245, 246. This is September 2022. Okay, if you want to calculate, please calculate. January 1st is 1, then calculate what is the today's number out of 365 days. Got it? That is -J option. Okay, this is simply cal command gives you calendar. Cal command gives you calendar. Of course, you can use help command to get the help. Of course, you can get help command to get the help. As simple as man, as simple as command space -help. Same like that. Same like that. You see, help cd pwd. Let us see that help command. Let us see help pwd, present working directory. See, very short description it is giving, right? Man pwd. This is pwd command. Okay, then what is help pwd? Help pwd, present working directory. This is the pwd command. This is syntax. This is the description. Very simple. Okay, you have options here. You have options here. What are the options? -D option, short description for each command, whatever command you specified. -D cd, short description of the command. -M option, -M option. So manual viewer, just like -M. -S only syntax. -S will show you only syntax. Ultimately, this help command is also for help. Man command, man space the command, whatever command you want help about. Command space -help. Otherwise, help space command. Anyway, you can use. Of course, my mind is flexible to remember some syntax. Your mind is flexible to remember some other. I am flexible with man. You are flexible with help. Some others are flexible with command -help. Whatever you are flexible, you can use these all for the same purpose, right? Same purpose. These are the simple commands. These are the simple commands, regularly used simple commands. Okay, next let us start working with the files. Let us start working with the files. How to create a file? How to create a file? Most of the people talk about the touch command. Most of the people talking about a touch command. Touch command is not intended to create a file. Please remember. Its nature is, it's a file is not available, create a new file. That is the nature. In case such file is not available, you specified a file name, such file is not available, then how to touch that? You understand or not? How to touch that? So create the file, then touch the file. Touch command is to just touch the file. Clear? Suppose in your room or in your house, one person is sleeping, you want to disturb him. What you will do? Touch him. Got it? File is available. Since so many years, no one has touched that. So you touch that now. Got it? So whenever you execute the touch command for a file, it will modify the last modified date and time, last access date and time, to influence the last access date and time, last modified date and time to the touch command. Understand? If the file is available, what the touch command did, it's not doing anything. It is not actually disturbing the file. It is just touching the file, so that last access time is modified, last modified time is modified. Got it? In case the given file name, such file is not already available in the system, the touch command will get a doubt to whom I have to touch. Got it? So create the file and touch it. So touch command, create an empty file if the file is not already available. Touch command, create an empty file if the file is not already available. If the file is already available, it modify the last access date and time, last modified date and time. File related timestamps are get affected. File related timestamps are get affected. That is a touch command. Understand? Okay. See, touch command options are there. Either file or directory. Either file or directory. Of course, what it is doing? Nothing it is doing, right? What the touch command is doing? Just it is touching the file. That's all. Whether it is file or directory, what is the problem? Just to touch. Okay. So any either file name or directory name. Touch file name or touch directory name. Touch file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, multiple files at a time you can touch with the touch command. -C option. Please remember, what is this -C option? What is the default nature of the touch command? If the file is not available, create an empty file. -C option restrict that behavior. If the file is not available, please don't create the new file. Understand? Suppose your natural mindset, your regular habit is you and your friend go and take a cup of tea. You both are purchased a tea from the tea shop. What is your natural behavior? First, you will pay the amount. That is your natural behavior. Your father know about that very well. Whenever you are going out, your father will instruct you, warn you, if you ever take the coffee or tea or something you purchased, you please don't pay the amount. Let your friend pay the amount. Parents are given such instructions ever? Of course, your behavior is like this, your mindset is problematic, then they will give the instructions, right? Similarly, what is the default behavior, default nature of the touch command? If the file is not available, create the new file and touch it, right? So don't create the new file. If the file is not available, please leave it. Don't touch anything, right? That is what -C option. Even though file is not available, don't create the empty file. Don't create the new file. Then -A option. Change the file last access time. -M option. Change the last modified time. Got it? Change the last modified time. If you want to create a file, otherwise specifying last modification time yourself, -T option, you specify date and time, seconds, everything. Got it? Of course, by default, touch command -A option modify the last access time to the current date and time, current system time, right? -m option modify the last access time to the current system time. Got it? Last modify time to the current system time. No, I want to specify my own time is the last modification time of the file. I want to customize. I want to specify the customized date and time. This is the format of the touch command, right? This is the format of the touch command. This is how, very simple, touch command. So -r is one file date last timestamps will be applicable to the another file. Got it? So this access time and modification time is taken from the some other file, that is -option, time from the another file using -r option. This is the touch command. What is the purpose of the touch command? Of course, my system is very slow, that's why I'm not executing. Tomorrow I will process this and show you. Okay, tomorrow I will get another system which is more RAM. Okay, so that is the touch command. These all are the regular default normal commands, right? So using the touch command, you can create a file, empty file, create a empty file. If you want to create a file in your system, there is one more command, cat command, along with the input output redirections. So tomorrow we'll discuss cat command, input output redirections. Not only the cat command, VA editor. What is VA? VA stands for visual editor. You have sed editor, like these editors are there. Those are the line editors. VA editor is the full page editor in the Linux. That is visual editor. Of course, the name is given before graphical user interface is introduced in the operating system, right? In the pure character user interface, in the Linux or Unix environments, VA editor is more flexible editor to edit the programs, edit the lot of content in a file. This is more flexible. But we people are habituated or seeing the notepad, nano editor, edit plus, text editors. These all are graphical user interface. We are habituated for double click, open, type directly, right? That is graphical user interface. Don't compare with the graphical user interface. Purely talk about character user interface. In the character user interface, VI editor is used to edit content into the file. Using VI editor also, you can create the file and you can work with the text in the file, data in the file, right? You can make the files. Yes, how many ways you can create a file in your system? Cat command, touch command, VA editor. Okay, any editor, of course. VA editor mostly we will use, almost line editors no one will use. Okay, only VA editor. These all things we'll discuss tomorrow. And as well, we have the commands like mkdir, rmdir, the C copy command, link command, mv command. These all file related, and file access permissions. These all things we continue discussing tomorrow. So tomorrow also at the same time, today actually I'm leaving at 1:30 only, tomorrow up to 2 o'clock, 10:30 to 2 o'clock. Okay, tomorrow make sure we'll start the session sharp 10:30, possibly. Okay, so 10:30 to 2 o'clock tomorrow will continue. Okay, and as well this will continue next weekend also. Okay, next weekend mostly shell scripting, highly focused on that shell scripting. One day fully shell scripting, even that day 4 hours or 6 hours. Okay, okay, yeah, fine.
Sir, documents you want to send it to us or to Kelly?
I will, but I have to find out a good channel to share with you. I will talk to Kelly in charges and I will
Yes, sir.
make sure this. Okay.
It is helpful, sir. We can read the documents for the next session,
Yes,
for the next weekend.
yes,
That's it.
yes, yes. Hmm?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow. డైరెక్టరీ క్రియేట్ చేయదు, ఫైల్ క్రియేట్ డైరెక్టరీ ఎందుకు క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది కాదు.